Tapastic. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with how I feel about webcomics. One of the biggest problems with webcomics is not the comic themselves, but what really bothers me is a lot of webcomic hosting sites and exactly how they go about making their money, how they get in those clicks. And in Tapastic's case, I think a lot of it stems from their choice in promoting content, specific types of content that teenage girls love to pleasure themselves with. Yes, yaoi! You know! But before I show you exactly what I'm talking about on Tapastic, let me first read to you the official Tapastic guidelines when it comes to posting stuff. So the basic idea is, as far as mature content goes, anything strong, vulgar, or lewd, or graphic violence, usually you gotta post that under the mature section, because there are kids who use the Tapastic site, and usually they use it to read stuff like Shen comics or Sarah's scribbles, you know, those types of really short webcomics. So underneath here, they're talking about what is allowed on their mature section, because even the mature section has guidelines. Violence primarily intended to be shocking, sensational, or disrespectful is not okay. Nor is sex or nudity primarily intended to titillate or arouse. Sexually explicit content or pornography is not allowed. Don't post content that is predominantly sexual in nature or intended primarily as an aid to sexual gratification. There are plenty of other places to find that content online. So that's right there. Right there in their guidelines, they say don't post these types of comics, don't post softcore porn. Any comic that's specifically made, intended to arouse the reader, don't post it here because we're not a porn site. I feel like that's pretty fair, right? So can someone explain to me why there are still so many comics on Tapastic that are softcore porn? Not only do they exist on Tapastic, they're promoted by the site. So let me show you. Okay, so this is the basic comics page. I'm gonna have to do like this now. So these are all premium comics. Now for those of you who don't know what the premium is supposed to do, the basic idea is they pay for these comics. And the idea is a few chapters you read will be free, but if you want to read the rest of it, you have to sign up for the Tapastic subscription to actually read all of the other comics. So, you know, Tapastic makes their money back that way. So it automatically will take you to premium. And while you're in premium, let's look at the boy love stuff, shall we? Alright, so this first one that comes up immediately, friendly reminder, this is under premium. I know for a fact that this has an attempted rape scene. Now to be fair, they don't show anything, but it's very, very clearly supposed to be stimulating. I'm sure there's nothing sexual in nature about this. Oh yeah, this? No, there's nothing sexual in nature about that. That's not meant to be stimulating. You know, it's just a guy tied up and blindfolded while another guy gently strokes his face. There's no fetish being implied here. Lots of guys wear collars. Chew and swallow. Oh, there's nothing. Come eat meat. Oh, it's just two men groping one guy. Oh yeah, it's just, you know, them getting undressed in bed. Get your mind out of the gutter. There's nothing sexual happening here. This is definitely not meant to stimulate any of your sexual desires at all. Now, it's like the main thing that bugs me out about this is the fact that this is premium. Tapastic paid these people to break their guidelines. And I know exactly why. I know exactly why you're paying those people, because you get a lot of views. You get those clicks from boy love because there are thirsty teenage girls out there. You see, for the most part, it's not gay men reading these on Tapastic. They at least have the courtesy to go to the correct porn websites. It's always the girls who are into the softcore shit. I don't know why. Some kind of social thing. This is just, if you click on their comics, and scroll, you'll see all this. This is not specifically their mature section. So like if this is what they consider to be family friendly for anyone to read, I can't imagine what their mature section looks like. So another thing about the mature section is 14 results. The basic idea is that not everyone's comic will actually get featured on the official page when you're looking through the genres. If you're looking for a specific comic, you'd have better luck just searching for the comic than you would actually trying to browse through, because they won't show everyone's comic. They'll only show comics that they want people to see. So despite if you click popularity or newest, I noticed that it's just the same 14 comics. And I know, because there are plenty of people I know who posted mature comics on Tapastic, and their comics are not listed here. So I also seriously doubt there would only be 14 comics on the entire site that were listed under mature. So what do you have on the mature? Oh, dirty vibration. Literally 2 men having sex with cum all over the thumbnail. Don't post content that's predominantly sexual in nature or intended primarily to aid as sexual gratification and cum all over. No, get your mind out of the gutter. There is nothing sexual in nature about this. Banana scandal. 7 days of lust. Nothing sexual. I mean, at what point does this website just admit that they have porn on their website? Well, what does it take? You have fucking dirty vibration over here, cum all over the thumbnail, and they're trying to tell me that they don't allow any softcore porn on their website, or any comic that's intended primarily to aid sexual gratification. Doubt! Highly doubt. What I think it really is that Tapastic makes a lot of money from their sexy content, but they're also scared that they'll lose a lot of family-friendly creators if they decide to go full-on, yes, we allow porn on our website. So they have the guidelines say they don't allow it, but they allow it anyway. They even, pay for it in some cases. But they try to act like, no, we don't allow that. It's okay. Bring your family content over to here. They want it both ways, essentially. My 4 masters, oh man. Nothing I love more than a giant yaoi sex orgy. Let's actually look at this one. Tied to a bed as this guy comes onto him. Is he sucking his fingers? Alright, so I will admit, I actually find the actual plot of this comic to be kind of funny and interesting. The idea is that the main character likes this girl, and these 2 gay guys are basically like hitting on him the whole time. And he's like, I'm not into guys. But then this other guy's like, well, you should pretend to be gay, because then you can draw in the interest of your love interest. Because, apparently straight girls always want to turn gay guys over to the straight side. So that's basically the plot, is he's pretending to be gay, but also these guys do actually want to fuck him. So it's a little bit complicated, but it's kind of funny. I'll admit, maybe I jumped the shark. This wasn't that bad. There's definitely a lot of fan service going on here. But maybe I was judging the book a little bit too much based on its mere cover and title. You know what? Let's give Dirty Vibration a try. Maybe it's actually not that bad. But this one I have to put in my age, so that other one was considered family friendly. I wouldn't go that far, but uh-oh. Oh boy. Oh god. That is in fact a vibrator. Ah, why is he crying? Geez. Yeah, okay. Gonna have to censor that. Turns the vibrator up while rubbing him against him. That is definitely not predominantly sexual in nature at all. This is the first chapter! Alright, so the idea is, this blonde guy is his boyfriend, and he's a model, and he works for him, but really he's just a whore. No, not sexual in nature. Nothing about. Whoa! That is a penis. Yep. It doesn't allow porn. You gotta go to another website for that. Also, here's a dick. Yeah, here's a guy licking someone else's penis through his underwear. Look at the first comment. It's just like, oh my god. You came here for that. You know exactly why you're here. Nice. You know, I'm going to have to read the rest of this for research, but I'm gonna read it alone for a moment. All right, I have to know what Banana Scandal is, because this is just absurd. Oh geez, first chapter is called My Friend's Brother. Alright, not gonna lie, this is pretty boring so far. Oh, here it comes, Oh dear lord, it's masturbating behind him, what? Ah! You have to unlock the rest. Oh my god. Oh, that's strategic. That's evil. That's so strategic. They spent all of the chapters that you can read, like, without subscribing or anything. It's just, like, all boring. It's all build up. And then they just end with the guy masturbating right behind him. All right, subscribe to find out what happens next. Wink, wink. Just admit that you're a porn site. Look at this stupid content policy. I have yet to see them enforce it on any of these comics. All right, I guess I should stop reading them, first of all. Jeez. Look, I may be making a comic called Orgasm Girl, but even that comic is not nearly as softcore porn as 90% of these. I'm gonna go ahead and say 90%. I mean, I clicked on the first two. I know what's going down on here. I think I got an idea. Because you know what? Orgasm Girl might be comedically fan servicey, but it's more like a Keijo type style of comedic fan service. This is softcore porn. This is something that teenage girls play their fiddle to. And you all know it. Like I said, maybe there are some gay men who are actually reading these two. But I would be willing to bet that 90% of the gay men will not go to Tapastic to read softcore porn. They will go straight for the hard stuff. They will go on a porn website like a normal person. But no, all the teenage girls, they want that softcore stuff. They don't want to go right into it right away. They need to test them waters first. So it is kind of annoying that Tapastic has this very dark side of it where it'll purposely have softcore porn advertised basically to you. You know, like I just went to the mature section. What are the 14 that are on there? First of all, 90% of it is boy love. I think there were like 2 that weren't boy love. All of it was sexual. I think everyone with their fetishes, they mostly like the fetish because like it's wrong or it's weird or it's unusual. And for girls, I guess it's just unusual to see men be submissive. So this is just a theory why, but I think the reason why girls like reading yaoi and boy love stuff is because they like seeing a man be submissive and, you know, be shy and be cute and all the things that girls are supposed to be, because it's very unusual to see that. Even if you don't go into the mature section, like I said, I was like scrolling through and I was pointing out all the different comics on their premium, nonetheless, on their premium that they paid for. I also should show you this because I think this is a little bit interesting as well. So you type in comics, immediately it'll take you to the premium because they want you to read these because they paid for them and they want you to sign up for the subscription. Okay, that's fine. So what's on popular, right? Alright, so still a lot of boy love stuff. Mind you, I'm in all genres and there's still all these boy love stuffs coming up because it sells! I'm not crazy, but, you know, the first one is a slice of life. Okay, that makes sense. You know, those are the types of webcomics that are family friendly that get shared. So I'm looking at this and I'm kind of wondering, okay, where's like Shen and Sarah's Scribbles? Where are those? But it still looks like 90% of it is boy love. So let's look at trending. There's more boy love. No, not seeing Shen or Sarah Scribbles. Fresh, I guess, is basically just new stuff that they promote. I think you can actually pay to have your comic promoted. I think that's how it works. Because like I said, they won't actually post your comic. They have to either pick it or you have to pay them or something like that. Alright, staff picks. Surely they would staff pick Sarah Scribbles, right? Want to see the magic? All comics. Just generic all comics. Ready? And oh, there it is. Then all comics. And there's Shen! You know, just super famous webcomic creators in the generic all comics section. That's just something I found interesting. I don't know if there's actually necessarily a specific reason for that. Just something I found interesting. Who has the most subscribers in the all comics section? Silent horror? Of course. Not sexual in any way. I don't know, I feel like if I owned this website and I saw us actually paying for this obvious softcore stuff. Softcore? Did I say that? Softcore porn? I would want to clean up my website so that it does not look like a porn website. Because every time I go on Tapastic, everything that's at the front, it's always these very sexualized guys, like with their shirt offs, groping each other. And the reason why that's on the front page is because women will go to Tapastic and immediately click on that. I understand why it's there, but if you don't want your website to look dirty, then maybe you should crack down on that. Maybe you should actually enforce your policy, or alternatively, just accept porn. Just be a porn website. I don't care. I don't care if you want to be a porn website. Just admit that you are. What I don't like is the dishonesty behind it. Anyway, so that's just my little rant on Tapastic. I don't know if Webtoons has the same problem. I bet that they do. Webtoons is even bigger than Tapastic, so I imagine that they have even more of an overdose of boy love and very sexual stuff. Maybe I should do a whole separate video just on Webtoons to see if they have the same problem, because I always knew that Tapastic had this problem. Oh my god, is it getting hot in here? So comment down below what you think about softcore porn being on Tapastic. Do you think it's not really a problem? Do you think it makes the website look bad? What do you think about the way that Tapastic promotes this type of stuff over other comics that are family friendly? Whatever your thoughts are on anything that I discussed in this video, leave them down below. My face is like burning right now. I gotta stop making these types of videos. Remember to like, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Program restart.